friends. Welcome to the longest running daily variety show. Part 2.
Looking for another way to ease my mind and help my living.
To ease my mind and help my living? That's a heck of a line right there. Who wrote that line? Was that Zabrowski? No, I know Zabrowski. I know I wrote that line. Guys, that's what we're here to do. Ease my mind, help my living. 1,835 days in a row, we've been doing it. We've been here writing songs. We've been here creating comedies. And tonight, we got a tiny bit of reverb. How about that? I cannot wait to sing a song for you tonight with this little touch of reverb. Never have reverb on my voice. It's been 1,834 days without reverb. Yesterday, we threw a little on. And I've had it the whole time on my loop station here, but I never worked it before. Tonight, we're working it. So I hope you guys don't go anywhere. We've been live every day since December 31st, 2018. And what we're going to do tonight is something really cool. We're going to write about 15 songs, okay? And all you have to do is give me a couple of words. If you've seen Harry Mack before, they do the same thing, but not rap. It's blues, it's funk, it's rock. It's like Dave Matthews and Keeb Mo ripping it up. You know what I mean? Together. So stick around because I'm about to take that guitar out. And we're going to rock out on this BeatSeat. This right here is the only drum in the world. The only drum in the world that you could sit completely upright and play with your hands and feet at the same time. We're going to play it tonight. We play it every night. BeatSeat.rocks if you want to order yours. And I'll build it for you. That's right. I am not only the inventor, but I'm also a client. I play it every night, and then I build them for you, so I'm also the builder. Guys, I'm getting this guitar out now. I'm ready to go. I got to just tune up the butte because it's been a little cold. It goes from warm to cold here in Connecticut. Today was like 55 degrees, and now it's like 27. I love the ups and downs of planet Earth. You know that globe? Guys, you tell me how it works. You tell me how you go this way, but you're going around and then under. Now you're upside down. You just went to China, to Australia, and now you're upside down, but you didn't feel any of it.
Guys, that's just the way it works.
No, you traveled like this on the top of said, it's flat because you know it's not flat, but you know it's definitely not freaking globe. At least you're not living underneath it. That's the reality. Anyway, guys, it's just the theory, obviously. We did have Flat Earth Dave on the show. I reached out to him today to see if he wants to come back on and give us a second run to see if he could share some information to put everybody's thoughts to rest or maybe decide that they still think it's... Whoa. Zabrowski! Guys, this is when we get a woohoo from Matt Zabrowski, the greatest woohoo guy in the game. Zabrowski! You know, it's amazing when I point to him and he does it, like, right on call. What's that, Zabrowski? I don't know, Zabrowski, like 8.6? What do you guys think? 8.6? I don't know. Zabrowski, you know, we're here. Okay? So, what are we writing tonight, guys? I just need a couple of words. That's all we need. 3 words. Get creative. 3 words. If you guys are on TikTok, please head over to YouTube. Link is in the bio. It is easier for me to see the names you put on for the BeatSeat songs. Here we go. Oh my goodness, DM saw the Thierry Arpino jam on the BeatSeat. Thierry Arpino is one of our artists. He plays with Lisa Fisher, and he played at Blue Note in New York City on the BeatSeat. At the time, it was called the Gig Box before we changed the name. And he just tore it the freaking hell up. You know, when you see a drummer playing the BeatSeat, like Rick Roque-Pieri as well, he plays with a bunch of really big bands right now. It's Journey, the other band. I can't think of it right now. I'm going to look him up in a minute because he's amazing. He's also an artist that has one of our BeatSeats, and he's been rocking out. like that. Trish said my last breath. Okay, that's the name of our first song, guys. So this is how the show works. I invented the only drum in the world for guitar players. I've got a loop station here. I got a guitar synthesizer here. We create full compositions live in the moment based on titles. There are 209 songs on iTunes and Spotify if you type the name Mark Pires in on iTunes or Spotify, as I just told you. So we're going to play something here that is based on the title My Last Breath by Trish Killian. Lyrics by Mark Pires live in the moment. Alright, I gotta take this real quick. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Oh, you know what? I got a better idea. Let me pop this on for you.
I wanna touch the stars before I come back down. I wanna touch the stars. I will take you away. Take you away. We'll take a long ride out of town. I wanna touch the stars before I come back down. On your own, say goodbye to it all for now. Find yourself in Pueblo, Colorado, yeah. Up in the clouds and climbing high. I wanna touch the stars before I come back down. I wanna touch the stars. No looking back, no. The sun is setting, the moon is shining down. I wanna touch the stars before I come back down. I wanna touch the stars. You touch the stars before you come back down to planet. I wanna touch the stars before I come back down. You wake up in the morning, come the rising sun. You take me away again. You take me on another ride. I wanna touch the stars before I come back down. I wanna touch the stars before I come back down. I wanna touch start. Before I come back down. Oh, I won't touch that star. Before I come back down. I won't touch that star. Touch the stars, yeah, yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Before I come back down. Oh, I won't touch the stars. Before I come back down. Written live. I won't touch the stars. Before I come back down. I won't touch the stars. I'll take you away. Take you away. We'll take a long ride out of town. I wanna touch the stars. Before I come back down. On your own. Say goodbye to it all for now. Find yourself in Pueblo, Colorado, yeah. Up in the clouds and climbing high. I won't touch the stars. Before I come back down. I won't touch the stars. No looking back, no. The sun is setting, the moon is shining down. I won't touch the stars. Before I come back down. I won't touch the stars. You touch the stars before you come back down to planet. I won't touch the stars.
Second time through.
Before I come back down.
Oh, yeah.
You wake up in the morning, come the rising sun. You take me away again. You take me on another ride. I wanna touch the stars. Before I come back down.
Yeah. Come back down.
I wanna touch.
All right, we got it. We got it. All right, so let's get back to the song we were about to write. Trish Killian had a couple of words for us. Let me get into it. What was it again, guys? Let me see. I'm going back. I want to say hi to Trish and Barella and S. Coop. I got Leisure number 7 here with me. DM Ryan, my friend, so good to see you. And thank you, DM, for being there in the mornings with me on the 9 a.m. shows. Really means a lot. If anybody else can join in the 9 a.m. show, it really means a lot to see some people. It's dead. It was like 2 people live today. And I think there's been 30 views on a really powerful show. There was a really great message I put in, and it's something I think that we need to start really reflecting on. Life is very simple if you think about it like this. We come from this source of energy. It is the most beautiful source of energy ever. It's pure white light. Pure light, okay? We come from this pure light. When we are distributed around the planet to parents by God, it's a decision he makes. The reason he's making that decision is now we are born to parents who have a specific ideology, a location that has specific religions, and then he does that with everybody all over the planet. Okay, you following me? Once everybody's there, they now have this indoctrination from this sect that they're a part of, from the group, from the family, whatever it is. They have these thoughts, these feelings, these beliefs. What God is hoping we can realize with our free will is that if we go back to chapter 1, when we were in the light, that pure light, when we were all part of the same source of energy, we are one. Showing up here, the distraction is all of the geographical philosophies that come along with where you're born. But here's the best part about it. If we can somehow realize that that pure light is every color in the spectrum, that pure light that we came from is every single color in the spectrum to make up that pure light. Therefore, we are every color. When we look around and we see different colors, different shades of human beings that we walk around, and we call them races, which is not true, but we call them by something, a color. It's not accurate because we are all one color. We are pure light. The refraction of every color together. So I want us to stop focusing on race, because there's no such thing. There's just one race, the human race. Together we are one color, and we are a spectrum from, like, I'm using numbers because to me that makes the most sense, from 0 to 1,000. We're part of pure light. And I happen to be like, let's call it a 168. Because I don't know if you guys realize, I'm not white. I'm part of the pure light spectrum. Just like you. You're my brother. You're my sister. There is no racism that's manufactured to create more division. The same division that happens from day one when we're born into this life of ours in a geographical location. There's a division that starts us off. We have to figure out how to rise above to get back to chapter 1, the source of light, when we came from that. When we were one. We were already one. It's not like we weren't one and now we're like hating on each other and like there's no way we could ever get along, buddy. No, we came from one. We came here split up all over the world, geographic locations, philosophies, religions, and we have to tackle and get above all of that to realize that the true religion is us all together as one beautiful, connected race, the human race. So, with that said, let's write this song. That's the message from today, by the way, that everybody missed. Let's see. What was the name of the song? I can't find it now, Trish. Let's see. You may have said it again. My Last Breath. Okay, so this is the first song of the night. If you're just joining us here on TikTok, my name is Mark Pires. This is the Mark Inspires Show. We've been live for 1,835 days in a row. Part 2 today. And I write songs live in the moment. I invented This drum I'm sitting on, it's the only drum in the world for guitar players. You can order yours at BeatSeat.rocks. Thank you, S-Coop, for putting that up there. I should be able to get my... Yeah, there we go. Let's show the BeatSeat here. If you guys head over to YouTube, you can see it. It's a weird view. It's two cameras. I can't get one camera to work. I've tried 57 different ways, but I have a desk right in front of me, so it's impossible to show my full body. So try my best to use two cameras to at least get you to see what's happening with my feet, and it doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible. Anyway, TikTok, join us on YouTube so you can throw in a couple words for the next song, but this one's called My Last Breath. bass line going. It's a little off, but you know what? I'll take it. Let's just hear it once, because I may want to do it over. Kind of like that little drawn out little jammer over there. This is the only drum in the world for guitar players. I invented and patented it. It's called the BeatSeat. You can order yours at BeatSeat.rocks and I'll build it for you. If you know anybody with autism, anyone with a special need, they need this drum because it is a powerful sensory therapy drum you can play while you sit upright. We color code the ones with people with autism and with special needs so you can actually use it as a teaching tool as well. So this would be a red panel and you have a yellow panel, blue, green, yellow, red, blue, orange, red. But this is what the BeatSeat does. If you want to order yours, I'll build it for you tonight. It's not a My Last Breath song. I'm just not feeling it. My Last Breath is more of a ballad. I'm feeling ballad on that. I'm feeling a ballad for My Last Breath. this thing's out of tune. All right, we got a tuned guitar now. I think it needs a little piano. That's what I'm talking about. we got a nice bass set of music here for me to sing over. The name of the song is My Last Breath. Plays massive tricks on the guitar.
I spend all my days working my fingers to the bone. You get no break, no. You can't take time off, no. 'Cause you get old before you know it. Oh, you only got so much time to do what you want to do. Get out and go be you. It's the last thing you got. So don't lose it. Don't forget about your soul. Let it grow, let it go, yeah, until your last breath. I'm gonna hold my last breath. I'm holding on to my last breath. Take a flight, take a submarine down below the surface of it all. You touch the bottom before it's done. You got nowhere to run. Oh, holding on to your last breath. I'm holding on to my last breath. Holding on to my last breath. Oh shit. I wanted to record this in multi-track and we didn't start it, but let's start it now at least. Holding on to your last breath. I want to welcome everybody on TikTok. Thank you for the love. I really appreciate that. We're writing this song live in the moment right now. It's called My Last Breath. Thank you, Trish Killian, for the words. got to be thankful if you get another day, 'cause we're so lucky to experience the end times, even though things are getting pretty bad. It's better than the time you never had. All protected until your last breath. I'm holding on, I'm holding in, holding on to my last breath. Oh, you're never gonna let it go. Holding on to my last breath. Holding on to my last breath. In a world where people wanna go before the time has come, just get up and run, 'cause you're about to miss your last breath. Oh, it's a sudden death. Oh, you can't come back. So why are you sitting on the sidelines, losing your last breath? My last breath, yeah. Holding on to my last breath. I won't let you steal my breath away, no. I'm gonna fight another day, even if it's you and me. We'll take our 2-10 steps and turn around. Who's quicker? Who's got a faster draw? I don't know, but I'm gonna blow. I'm gonna fight until my last breath. Oh, fighting with my last breath. I'll be fighting with my last breath. It can't keep a good man down, no. Oh, will always show the last breath. I'll fight you with my last breath. Don't hold it in, don't let it out, no. Burn it, yeah, use it wisely. Oh, there's no coming back, you can't take it with you, no. You gotta use it all, use your last breath. No, you can't stop the light, the love, the energy above all. You fight it with your last breath.
song is killer. Thank you, Trish, for My Last Breath.
I'll fight it with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down, no. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down, no. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down, no. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down, no. I'll fight you with my last breath. Yeah. You can't keep a good man down, no. You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down, no. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down, no. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath.
Would have been great.
You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath.
I had to get rid of it. It was good though.
You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. You can't keep a good man down. No. I'll fight you with my last breath. Oh, fight every day. You can't keep a good man down. No. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. You can't keep a good man down. No. I'll fight you with my last breath. I'll fight you with my last breath. With my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. 'Cause we'll fight you with our last breath. My last breath. You can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man. You can't keep a good man down. No, no. I'll fight you. I'll fight you. Last breath. I got years coming out of me. I won't ever let it settle down. No, gonna let it out. That you can't keep a good man down. My last breath. Finding you every day for 5 years in a row. You can't keep a good man down. No. I'll fight you with my last breath. First song of the night created live in the moment. Michelle, thank you so much. Who's giving me the love over there? Wild Blue, thank you so much for the like. You are amazing. Guys, when we're hearing Wild Blues giving you love on TikTok, you're a lucky man, you know, because you're in the process and you're getting positivity back when you're giving it and you're getting it. We call that the old mutual reciprocation on the Mark and Pires show after 1,835 days in a row. Mutual reciprocation. You know? We have to make it Spanish in 2024. Like 3/4 of the country speaks Spanish. Nobody speaks English anymore. Like real English? Good luck on that one. I found a guy who speaks English. Yeah, he's an English teacher. You didn't lead with that. You should have led with that. Well, I found an English teacher. He speaks English. Yeah, thanks. We know. He went to school for it. Everybody else, where do I put the comma? Like, seriously, where do I put the comma, guys? Siobhan's in the house. So good to see you. Guys, so I have a couple pieces of content I'll be dropping for you tomorrow. I don't know if you remember, but I read a couple pieces of the Bible, and then I shared the origin story of how I got my 1775 Bible. So if there's anybody out there who wants to see that, I'm going to be dropping it tomorrow. But what makes my content interesting is I had this philosophy long ago that what made Shakespeare so awesome was he encapsulated every emotion in every single play. And my goal on a daily basis for the last 5 years, every single day that I've shown up long form, is to draw out every emotion we have, live it all. We have a moment where I'm ranting. We have a moment where I'm writing a beautiful song, a moment where I'm creating some comedy and making you laugh, and a moment that makes you want to cry because it's so real. And all that stuff happens on a daily basis here, now twice a day, 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So remember that, my friend. I really appreciate you, Wild Blue. Head over to YouTube, please. That's where the fam is. The link is in my bio. Plus, you can see the BeatSeat and a beautiful ocean breaking. There's a wave breaking behind me in the ocean. My green screen really is pretty phenomenal. So if you head over to YouTube, you can see the whole thing. Plus, subscribing on YouTube is how you make sure you don't miss the rest of my content. Just got notification, guys, today. I officially passed 4,000 pieces of content onto planet Earth through the YouTube platform. Show of hands, who's seen more than 5 pieces of content out of 4,000? Who's seen more than one? My friend, I'm looking at you. I'm trying to see because I'm having a hard time seeing through here, but I see Jenny McCall, but is it Wild? It's not. I'm like, is it Vivid Blue or Wild Blue? Wild Blue.
Is this the first time you found me? I've been live for 5 years every day, and we write songs live in the moment like this. S. Coop rocks. S. Coop has seen a lot more than 5 pieces of content. But if you're not one of the normal, amazing family members who's been here and seen a shitload of content, raise your hands if you just got here and you're like, oh, hey, you've been on a show for 5 years, the last 5 years? No, a couple weeks ago. See? Wild Blue just found me a couple weeks ago, most likely because of 1775 Bible. And what I was going to say, Wild Blue, is this. A Plays is one of our new family members. Siobhan's one of our new family members. And a couple of comments that came through I'm kind of living by right now. Like A Plays came in and said, came for the Bible, stay for the Mark Inspire show. And I was like, wow, that is the vibe. And DM knows, that's my brother right there. That's the vibe. You got here by the grace of God through 1775 Bible. And I'll tell you what, God brought you to the more important thing than the 1775 Bible. It's the one person who's shown up for 5+ years now, every single day, providing the smallest sliver of hope in a world that has zero hope. They intend to destroy and disconnect us from God. And I'm here to remind you that he exists by being here every day. By defying all odds, by the way. Because nobody on planet Earth that I know yet would go live for 5 years in a row every day when they've been canceled for 4.5 of those years. I realized, like I always said, I'm suppressed. No, I was canceled 4.5 years ago, guys. And I still kept showing up every day to provide S-Coop and Trish and Wharton and Leisure Number 7 and DM Ryan and anybody else who knows I'm here, that little bit of hope. That, geez, if this guy can show up while he's canceled every day for me, I can make whatever's going on in my life happen today. I can get over it. I can get through it. I can make anything happen if this guy who's married with 3 kids and sells real estate to actually make a living and does this for free every day can show up again today. And so this is why I do it. The creations. We just wrote this, guys. My last breath. Powerful, powerful stuff. Helen, how are you? You can't keep a good man down, no. I'll fight you with my last breath. Guys, everything that I write here goes to this whole, theme of fighting back against the man. Isn't it crazy? Like Trish says, my last breath. And then I go, okay, I'll fight you with my last breath. You can't keep a good man down. It's like, this is where my mind, it's like the creativity on this show. It starts with you guys giving me the littlest bit to work with. And I throw a little water on top while we're jamming. And all of a sudden we have, you can't keep a good man down. I'll fight you with my last breath. And it's like, yep, we got another hit. I don't know if it's going to hit, but it's cool. I actually don't think it's a hit. I don't think the lyrics were that good during the chorus, during the verses. I couldn't think of much. I was just kind of trying to, I wasn't really in the hearing what the next move is phase. I was kind of making that one up on the fly. That part though, that I heard. I always say, like, the best stuff that I create here, it's because I'm hearing it a couple seconds before I actually play it for you. Even while I'm in the middle of playing this. While I'm playing that, I'm already hearing the next note is. So you kind of lead yourself. You're hearing where you want to go next. Like, I want to be like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how live improvisation on the Mark Inspire show works. Is I'm here in the moment hoping that I can hear the next notes for you. I can hear the next words that are intended to be spoken live here. And when you've been doing it for this long, you've learned to do the most important thing in life, which is called allow. You just allow. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's either going to be good or it's going to be terrible. But the point is, when you are willing to fail, that's when great things take place. When you're willing to risk it all in the moment and be vulnerable, that is when magic shows up. That's when you see and feel something that is as close to the grace of God as you could ever find. Talked about this with the Michael Jordan and LeBron James, who's the GOAT conversation. And I was pretty clear. I think most of you saw that clip. If you haven't, you should take a look at it. It's really awesome. And why I think these clips are really awesome now is I actually take the stories and then I'm reading the full story for you. And then the backgrounds are changing as I'm reading them to reflect what I'm saying in the story. So when I say Harvard University, you see a picture of Harvard behind me. And you see all these things that are used to be just you'd have to visualize on your own. I'm now trying to make it a little bit more content rich for you. So it's not just me being animated on screen and saying funny things along with the comedy. It's also a really, really almost like a visual experience to appreciate at the same time. The Hilaria Baldwin one I just put out is a classic example of this. I think that is one of the funniest clips I've ever done in my life. And people are like offended. I'm like, you guys are so... I have this issue with people who are offended by comedy. Like, you have two options. You scroll or you walk out of the room. You know what I mean? If you're at a place and this is the one thing I don't understand. People who go to a comedy show in order to look for things to be offended by should be kicked out of the joint. Get the fuck out of there. You know, no one needs you there. We're all here to laugh. We're here to kind of disconnect from that shitty part of human beings that they're critical and they want to start fights and they want to divide. That's why you go to a comedy show. So you can get away from all of that and say, look, I'm here to let it all loose tonight. Maybe I'll have a drink and I'm going to laugh for a little while and watch Dave Chappelle or watch Matt Rife or whatever it is. Oh, you made a funny joke about some group? Who the freak cares? Comedy's about pushing the limits, and it's about surprising people. If you are offended by surprise, you shouldn't have come to the comedy show. But if anybody in that room, anybody in the world is willing to listen to that stupid moron who's offended, the person who's complaining should be shot. Like, not shot, but I mean, like, get them out of the room. Just, you're done. I don't even want to talk to you. I can't stand people who are critical of creativity. It's like, go do, man. Sometimes someone will say, like, some chooch came in because of the Hilaria Baldwin, content. And he came in, he goes, this is what it pissed me off. He goes, don't ever post again. That's what he said. Don't ever post again. And I was like, okay. And then I looked at the guy and I'm like, what the hell is this guy out of his mind? And so I said, okay, Hilaria's brother. And I'm like, clearly this guy's offended because I made fun of Hilaria who pretends she's Spanish. And I said, look, I'm all for you affirming anybody you want. You want to affirm that she's Spanish when she's from freaking Boston, Massachusetts? That's on you. But if we start living in a society where you allow people to do that and you say, yeah, when she gets nervous, she speaks Spanish. That is the biggest horseshit I've ever heard in my life. And that's what was so funny. Like, she is the comedy gift that keeps on giving. If you guys are open to comedy and you don't get offended when you hear something that's truthful, like, I don't know, if I got nervous, and I was like, the stage fright thing killed me. She's like, I got stage fright. I was like, so you spoke Spanish? Oh, como se dice? Like, what are we talking about here? And I don't, but if I ever got stage fright, I'd be like, I wouldn't be like, hola, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Mark. Like, what is she? She's clearly just out of her mind. And then you start seeing some of her texts over my head where she's like, oh, mi corazón. Oh, this is the best gift you could ever give a Spanish wife. And I'm like, you're from Boston, dude. Go to see the fucking Sox, right? You guys go see the Sox. They're killing it this year, right? My Boston accent's not as good because I've only been to Boston 4 times in my life, and it's not that far away. Here's a funny side story. My wife and I, pregnant with our second, and she, I'm like a guy who will go anywhere for my wife's cravings. Like, you guys saw the Harry Carey and the Christopher Walken interview and the Harry Carey and the Scarface interview, my first 2 pieces of content on YouTube in 2006, I think it was. No, it was 2009. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2009. My second child was on the way. And I think what's pretty funny about this is I ate with my wife. Most people do. You know, like you go and you get your wife the craving food, and whatever she's willing to eat, you're eating with her. You know, not because you want her to not feel bad about eating, because you're freaking hungry. You'll eat the hell out of it. You know what I mean? Like, you got it. You're going to eat pizza. You want to do this? You got to go get a cake. I'm having some freaking cake. You know, so like I was like 30 pounds heavier, 30, 40 pounds heavier when you saw that Scarface bit in 2009. We were on our second kid, so I ate through the first kid. And then the second one's on the way because we had back-to-backers, and I'm just chowing it down with her, you know. So one day she's like, you know, I have this craving. I was like, what are you looking at? I'll go. What are we doing? And I go, and she goes, you know what? And I don't know if you know this place, but I'm going to mention it, and then we'll go to a few different stories from here. This is kind of like a boomerang story here. So she says, Regina Pizza. You know, if you guys know what this is in Boston, Massachusetts, it's the most amazing pizza place called Regina, Pizzeria Regina. It's down in North End. And I've only been there like 4 times, but that's because my wife went to school in Boston. And so she's like, you got to go to this place. And I'm like, I'm a pizza connoisseur. Don't tell me it's good pizza. Well, you don't feed the fucking sacks, right? And so I go, and I'm there at Pizzeria Regina with my wife and our youngest. And, you know, she's pregnant with number 2. And the crazy thing is our youngest was like, we took him everywhere. The first 8-9 months of his life, he was like in that little carrier, and we went like to restaurants. We were like all over with the kid. He got so used to noise that he was the best kid, still is the best kid. And so basically she's like, we're going up to get, or I'd like to, you know, to get Pizzeria Regina. It'd be amazing. I was like, let's go. She's like, what, are you serious? I was like, yeah, let's go. We got in the car, guys, right then. Okay. Threw my little guy in the back. We drove the 4 hours and 15 minutes up to Regina Pizza. We ate, leftovers went in the car. We jumped back in the car and drove home. It's the craziest story I ever had of being pregnant and like doing the, you know, let me go and get whatever my wife wants deal. It's like, let's go. It was an 8.5 hour drive between back and forth to get pizza. If that's not love, I don't know what is. What's that? Zabrowski's back. No, Zabrosk. It wasn't for the love of the pizza. It's for the love of my wife, who wanted the best pizza in the world, which I'm all for, you know, having. So, guys, what makes Pizzeria Regina so good? I'll tell you, and then I'll tell you how I one-upped Pizzeria Regina, and I never have to go there again. So, basically, they have this hot oil that they leave on the tables. And so you get their pizza, which is a good pizza. It's okay. It's a good pizza. It's like a, you know, New York style, but it's Boston style. It's like, you know, it's not brick oven or anything. It's just like, you know, regular pizza. But you throw this freaking hot oil on that pizza. Hold on, mama. It's the best. It's the best pizza. Because all of a sudden you get that fire going in your mouth, you know, and you're doing it. So here's the best part about the Pizzeria Regina experiences. I've only done it 4 times, but I started looking at that oil last time I was there. And I'm like, I'm doing these 1-2 magoos, like looking at it, I'm saying, what the hell did they put in this oil to make it so delicious? And I see like those peppers, you know, the hot peppers that you can get and you pop on top of your pizza. And so I'm like, okay, I think I have to put that in olive oil and just let it sit there and it will get steamy or whatever. So I tried that. It's okay. It's not what Regina did. So then I go one day to this place 900 degrees over in Bridgeport, and this guy has like a truck. It's one of those pizza trucks. And I go to see what he has. It's really cool, dude. We're having a great conversation. And I told him about how I love hot oil. I've been trying to find the perfect recipe. I made some. It's not right. And he goes, oh, you need Calabrian peppers. And I go, what? And he pulls out a freaking jar of Calabrian peppers. And he goes, Calabrian, I think it is. And he goes, this is what you need. And I was like, what the fuck? You know, and he goes, yeah, you can get it. Sometimes it's at Stu Leonard's, but very rarely. You have to keep an eye out. If you go, just look for it and see if you can find it. If you do, grab a couple jars. And so I said, man, that's amazing. I gotta go and take a look. He goes, here, I'll give you one. And this is what life is about. You know, you show up for a world and you do it out of the kindness of your heart for so long. It's like you don't see things coming back a lot of times because you're doing it most times to a very small group of people who are also trying to get through life as difficult as it is. So this is how I also know God exists. You know, I'm having a nice conversation with this man, And he opens up the kindness of his heart, says, here, take one of the jars of Calabrian peppers so you can make your own hot oil at home. Like, we're... Now, what? It's a $5 jar. I tipped him $5 anyway to try to, but still, whatever, regardless, it's a $5 jar, maybe $8. I don't know how much it is, but the point is, it was the gesture. This man who doesn't know me from hole in the wall, we obviously hit it off. I like to lead with a smile. That's one of my quotes. Many quotes. If you go to Instagram, you can go back to when I started the show. Probably about 800 quotes. I was putting 3 to 5 out a day. Crazy ones, like the only difference between me and my physical heart is I will never give up. That's one of the best quotes I've ever written. Or how about everyone's a nobody until there's somebody? Time plus effort equals result. So many more I can't think of. There's so many good ones. I almost want to find them right now. I'd like this. I put together this little collage. It was like with music and everything, where it went through like 3 or 4 minutes of my quotes from Instagram back in the day. And a few of them are quotes. You can get them. Oh, here's a good one. I said, everybody gets the same 24 hours. I thought that was a really good one too. But they'd fly out of me. All of them are crazy. You're like, damn. It's like, how much time do you spend on that one? Like 2 seconds. But they fly right out when you're really passionate. When you're passionate about anything, when you're truthful about anything, it's not hard to find the magic. It's when you're trying really hard that it's a shitty experience. That's why some people talk about when they lose their ability to create. And that's the fear I always have. I just want to keep thinking and showing gratitude to the Creator that He allows me to continue to come up with new content for you every single day for 5 years, to the mark of 4,000 pieces of content I officially just went past on YouTube. That is insane. No one can ever go through 4,000 pieces of content, guys. Who the hell's going to see all that? You know what I mean? But it's there. It's there. The 9 feature films, 209 songs on iTunes, but they started on the 4,000 pieces. We've had a freaking ball here. But I mean, start thinking, like, if I get to 5,000, 10,000 pieces, when I get to 10,000 pieces of content, I'll officially be at a point where no one will ever be able to see all of it. Like, no single soul will ever be able to see all of it. I already think I'm almost there. Like, it would take someone sitting down 24 hours a day for roughly a year and a half, 24 hours a day, a year and a half to maybe a little more than that to get through all of my content currently. There were some 8-hour shows, guys. I did 6-hour shows, 4.5-hour shows, like at least 80 or 90 4.5-hour shows in this run. On day 1,000 in a row, I did 8 hours and 27 minutes, I think it was. I was trying to get to 10 hours. It's just like I couldn't. It was like I totally burned out at that point at the 8 hour and 37 minute, but 27 minutes, whatever it was. And I'll tell you, that was not easy. None of it's easy. It's not easy to go live every day and bring some energy that doesn't exist, especially since I'm all alone in this room, you know. But the BeatSeat, it really provides me with so much positivity. So I try to really explain to people, forget whether or not you're a musician, everyone needs a BeatSeat, because you could sit on it comfortably and then you could kick it. You could hit it with your hands. You can get all of your aggression out. You can get all of your stress out. And you could just decide, if you are a guitar player, it's a perfect seat to sit on. You don't even have to kick it just to play it. It's the perfect seat. So lots of exciting stuff with the BeatSeat, BeatSeat.rocks. I want to share with you guys the story of the day, okay? Now, I put this up. If you want to head over to YouTube, you could see this, guys. This is going to be a really cool story, and it's not going to, you're not seeing the story on TikTok, unfortunately. But click the link in my bio, hang out with the family here, and watch the screen and see this entire story as it unfolds here. Let's see where we are. So, here we go. Let me see if I can take off my effect. I don't think I need this anymore. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Let me shut this off because we no longer need that. All right. I'm reading this story for you guys. Head over to YouTube. All right. I'll tell you, my vocals, everything sounds like muffled for some reason to me. Don't know why. If it sounds good on your end, then it does. That's all that matters. A staggering new clue on DB Cooper's tie has blown open the 52-year-old case. Wide open. This story is a collaboration with biography.com if you guys want to see the rest of it. Although I'm reading it all to you right now, so you don't really need to go. You wouldn't jump out of an airplane wearing a tie. So naturally, the most famous skyjacker to never be found, the dapper DB Cooper, took his tie off on Thanksgiving Eve in 1971, just before dropping out of a Northwest Orient Airlines plane somewhere south of Seattle. Now, 52 years later, let me see if I can move this. Oh, yeah, there we go. Ooh, we used my word here. Now, 52 years later, Eric Ulis, the amateur sleuth who has made it his mission to solve the enduring D.B. Cooper mystery, thinks the infamous tie yields enough clues to finally reveal the skyjacker's true identity. This is Ulis, guys. Ulis should have an accent, right? Let's see, Ulis. What would Ulis? I think Ulis. Now, let's just read it. I would not be surprised at all if 2024 was the year we figure out who this guy was, Ulis recently told Sweet. He doesn't know? Joanne! It said blew the case open. What are we talking about? Oh, wait, maybe this year we'll figure it out. It's 52 years, no one's figured it out. Now, maybe this year we'll do. Every year they've been saying maybe this year they'll figure it out. Just like maybe this year Jesus is going to come back. We don't know when he's going to come back. We don't know if that's ever going to happen. Now that I saw this little line, they just gave away the whole story. By the way, his name is Yahushua. There we go. Ulis has been fighting to free D.B. Cooper from the ties the FBI holds, even suing the government for access, saying that the 100,000 particles left behind on the clip-on fashion accessory can tell the definitive story about just who the tie belonged to and where it traveled. Now, wait a second. He's saying he just needs the tie and that the FBI has it? The FBI doing something wrong to not help Americans? No. What? Huh? That's who canceled me, guys. Come on, let's be honest. Hampered by the non-compliance of the FBI, the Ulis said the $1.49 tie purchased from JCPenney around Christmas 1964 was found on seat 18E of the fateful airliner. It contained a unique particle that was part stainless steel and part titanium. Ulis tracked the smidge of detail from a decade-old scientific report on the Cooper case. Let me just make sure I don't think my camera's on, probably not. Was it on or no? Do my children use the BeatSeat? Siobhan said, yeah, they do. My children love to play the BeatSeat. We've got BeatSeats at the schools in Fairfield, but we want to get them in every town in the country, and they should be at every special needs facility in the country. And then musicians, yeah, that's another thing. But really, it should be for everybody who's got autism. Autism is a epidemic at this point. You have 1 in 4 children, I believe, that are now being diagnosed with autism. And I happen to create the ultimate sensory therapy drum that you can hit with any part of your body. It vibrates. Everywhere you hit it sounds different. Therefore, you're feeling different vibrations. It's the frequency and vibration drum. It hits you with all this entire range from super low to very, very high. And each of those strikes provide a different vibrational quality. And it's pleasing to a child with sensory, with a sensory issue, to an adult as well who needs to connect. So I feel like going forward, everybody should have a BeatSeat. Not just people with autism and a special need, people who just want to get away from the world for 5 minutes and beat the hell out of the best sounding drum on the planet. There's a reason why it sounds so ridiculously good. It's the design, my utility in design, which is what I have a patent on. It's designed to provide you with unlimited tones. That's the way it's designed. And I didn't intend to design it that way, but I did design it that way. And now, with that, everywhere you hit it, you get a different sound. I mean, that's pretty just crazy just with my hands. You got like toms, kick. Two snares, guys. A kick, snare for your feet, second snare here. BeatSeat.rocks. Get yours, guys. Anyway, back to the story here. You know, Joanne, when you're doing it, and you are definitely doing it, Joanne. Wheezing, that is. Good old Wheezy McGee. Let me see if I can fix something. I don't like the coloring here. We're going to see if we can make a little adjustment. What happens if we go here? Now that makes me paler. What about here? Now I'm looking really red. Actually, it's starting to grow on me. Let's see. Oh, I think that may be the best. How's that, guys? I think that's best. This is default. If I do limited, I think that's what that is. If I go full range, yeah, that's weird. So then we go here. Yeah, I think we do that. And then we got it to go. That's a little better, right? I think that's a little better, guys. A little closer to the accurate tone of my face. Again, not white. That's white behind me. I'm a shade of pure light. And so are you. And all of those shades make up the perfect color. God's color. So, guys, let's get into this last piece of the story here about D-Bags Cooper, you know. Some people call him D-Bag. Eulish tracked the smidge of detail from a decade-old scientific report on the Cooper case and used U.S. patent information to trace various particle fragments from the tie to the crucible steel in Pennsylvania. Now, Eulish just needs to access the tie to bring modern technology into the fray. Headquartered in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, a scientific subcontractor all through the 1960s, it supplied the lion's share of titanium and stainless steel for Boeing's aircraft, Eulish said of the metal fabric shop. Experts believe that anyone skyjacking the plane the way D.B. Cooper did must have possessed insider knowledge of the Boeing 727 and of the Pacific Northwest. Crucible steel workers regularly made the trip to Pennsylvania from Boeing headquarters in Seattle. Eulish tracked the now defunct company's assets over the decades and picked through historical records to land on a specific person of interest, a man who worked at the company and was also in Seattle around the time of the skyjacking. Also in the 1971 period, Boeing had a significant downtown. Yep, that's right, Eulish said. It's reasonable to deduce that D.B. Cooper may well have been part of the downturn. Oh, a downturn. Wait. It says when Boeing had this significant downtown. You mean downturn. They got this is when you read a story verbatim. You're saying downtown, and then the next line says downturn. It's reasonable to deduce that D.B. Cooper may have well been part of the downturn. Pinpointing his fixation on a specific titanium research engineer from Pittsburgh, Eulish thinks he has a strong lead. I can put him in Seattle. I can put him on Boeing. He said about the man that died in 2002. He's a compelling person of interest, but he's freaking dead. Again, this story is a bunch of horse shit. You know, like we were looking for D.B. Cooper. Oh, we found him. You did? Where is he? He's dead. He died 22 years ago. What are you fucking kidding me? You're going to do that story still? You're going to say you freaking found it out?
I found him out posthumously.
Wait, posthumously? What are you going to dig him up and put him in jail? Where are the guys grab the handcuffs? We got to go and dig one up. What's that, Barney? No, Barney, you bring the dog. Let the dog do it with the hands then if you don't want it. If you're going to sit there and drink your coffee and bitch the whole time. Barney, right? He's always doing it. Oh, goodness. No, we got to dig him up, guys. You know the rules, okay? He's D.B. Cooper. Grab the shackles, too. We don't want him to get away again and jump out of the next plane, as we bring him back to book him. Book him, DB. Dano. Anyway, guys, right? Sometimes you just get it right, and you just have to make sure you shackle him so he doesn't get away again. What's that? No, dead or alive, they said. When it comes to cold cases, few continue to simmer quite like the D.B. Cooper case. The only unsolved commercial airline hijacking in history, the unknown skyjacker called himself Dan Cooper, but the media misreported the name as D.B. Cooper. And just like everything else in life, whatever the media says, they'll just keep saying until you believe it. So now it's D.B. Cooper when it never was. Tells you every single thing you need to know about life right there. I've always known him as D.B. Cooper. Yeah, I've heard the name Dan Cooper before, but his name is D.B. Cooper because they told it so many times in the fake news, National Enquirer, mainstream media, along with Bat with Human Ear, page 4. I'm waiting for that one. You pull up, you see the bat, and he's got the dumb human ear on the side of his face. You're like, wow, that bat. They have bat hearing. He's got human hearing for the bat. That's kind of shitty, guys. Guys, you took the bat hearing and gave him human hearing? You're really cruel, Like some people are trying to improve, And you're like, let's see if we can give him a downgrade. Let's bring him down from bat hearing to human hearing with the stupid, clearly that is a Mediterranean ear you put on him, And that's just a dumb ear. You should have gone with prehistoric Cro-Magnon. I would say they had better hearing back then. Occasionally you have a dinosaur that would, and that would hurt their ear canal. But outside of that, you go back to Cro-Magnon and you take one of their ears and then you stick it on the side of a bat. Somewhat comparable, But right now, you don't downgrade a bat with a human ear. That's just stupid. Anyway, guys, who remembers that article? I used to see it all the time. I'd go to with my mom or my dad when I was a kid to the food store, and there's a few things that always stuck with me. They always will. But I go to I could still see this stupid freaking thing. And I think I did a piece of content once where I found it. But I'd go in and I'd look. I'm there at the cash register, and I look up. I see the National Enquirer, and right there you see in the very corner a stupid freaking bat with a human ear, and it says, "Bat with human ear." Page 6. And then when I have this visual of that still. And so to date, when I think about the National Enquirer fake news media, I think to myself, when are we going to hear them say bat with human ear? Like, I'm just waiting, Guys, the bat lady, she put a human ear on the bat before giving CV to the next group of people, but it didn't come from a lab or from Shadow. Are you kidding me? Sleeps over Joe, you there? Down at China, your son, he's only working with our enemies. That's the thing that baffles me, right? Like, these people are so smart, right? But I realize, this is when you realize that the politicians are not for the American people on either side. Because why aren't the people even on the conservative side saying to these idiots that are in charge, can I ask you something, Hunter? Why is it that you weren't working with our allies, only with our enemies? I'll wait on that one. I'll wait on that one, Hunter. Oh, you're smoking crack? Go ahead, you do that real quick. And then come back and tell us, what were you thinking? Oh, guys, look, Dad, I got a really good deal. It's with the Chinese. Dad, check it out. Dad, it's Hunter. Yeah, no, I'm cracked out of my freaking mind. Listen, I just got off the phone with the Russians. Yeah, the mayor's wife's going to give us 3.5 mil. Yeah, no, I know 10% for the big guy. I'm just saying, though, that's a good deal. You just keep the contacts coming in. What's that? No one's going to, tie the that together, that I'm only working with our enemies and not with our allies as the son of the vice president of the United States. No one's going to think about that, Dad. I'm Hunter B. Yeah, no, cracked out of my freaking mind. Dad, you know how much I love the crack, you know? And I'm not just talking about the prosy crack. You know, I get into that as well. All those prozzies, they're out there, they're stinking it up. I get into it, you know? But only after I smoke a lot of crack. Yeah, exactly. No, 10% for the big guy, but I need to siphon off 10% for the crack. Yeah. No, the other one, China. Yeah, no, China's going to do $1 billion. I got that one going too. Yeah. No, just don't let Obama know. All right, just keep that one to yourself, Dad. What? Plausible deniability, Dad. Just pretend you don't know anything about it. I'll meet you in the Corvette. All those files you left by the Corvette, I'll meet you there. We'll talk about it, get a little bit closer so we can understand the full scope of the China, Russia, and Ukraine. Did I tell you Ukraine? Yeah, no, I got a gig. Yeah, no, 83.5 a month. Oil. Yeah, I know absolutely nothing about oil. But Dad, it's really, to get to the big guy. You know that, right? 83.5. What? No, I'm not giving you 10%. Dad, that's like gig. Like I got a gig. I don't have to give you 10% of that. You're going to pull out the contract? Really? Okay, Dad, no, you do the contract. That's fine. I get it. Unbelievable. You do the work. You go and you set up all the shady deals with China, with Russia, with Ukraine. And the dad comes along, takes his 10%. Big guy. Yeah, no, I understand the rules. This is how it goes. Still enough to buy a lot of crack, though, Dad. I'm going to get off the phone with you and see if I can call my guy. See if he has any extra crack for me. Crack pipes, too. I need it all. Yeah. Look, guy, this is a big win for me, Dad. I just signed the deal, the Burisma deal. And look, when they need the guy in order to break down walls and build bridges between new companies, they call your son. Huh? Yeah, no, I didn't get any calls from Canada or China. I mean, from Mexico or from France or England. None of our allies want to work with me. They already know what we're up to, Dad. They know that I'm up to no good. China, Ukraine, Russia. Mayor's wife. Oh no! Live age restricted. What the hell? I'm just making comedy here. Oh my goodness. Why do they do this to me? Unreal. I'm literally making comedy. What in the freaking heck? Guys, this is the stuff that bothers me most about TikTok. I'm not saying anything offensive. I'm pretending to be Hunter B, and I'm making a phone call to the big guy in jest. What's the big deal, TikTok? Come on, man. It's so frustrating when they want to censor things that are funny because it's a topic that they feel is like off limits. Why is it off limits to talk about the son of the president of the United States? It shouldn't be. You talked like for a nauseum about the kids of the last president, but it's like this guy's off limits when he's a freaking crackadoo. It's mental. Hunter, yeah. Shaban said, everybody rags on Hunter about crack, but does anyone remember the time when Oprah was found with 50 pounds of crack up her dress? No, I never heard about that. Let's find that news story, though, and run with it. You get a bag of crack. You get a car. And she's just giving it out. You know what I mean? She's like, that car has crack in it, by the way, when you get it. Bots have no sense of humor, Trish said. Is that what it is? Is it a bot or is it somebody who's watching who was offended? I hope it's nobody who's watching that was offended. Wild Blue. Yeah. Barella says TikTok is garbage to leave the platform. You know what? The only issue, Barella, and this is why I try to still keep live on TikTok, is we have 32,500 people now on TikTok who followed the show. We can't get all of them over to YouTube. I wish I could because then we'd have over 30,000 people on YouTube. We're only at 13,000. So if you do see this message on TikTok, please join me on YouTube. Help us get over 30,000. We should be at 31,000 because that's a flip of 13. That's my favorite number. So do what you can. Spread the word. Let people know we've been doing this for 5 years in a row every day. And yeah, when I speak out and make comedy, they freaking hide me. It's funny. I did two things today. I want to thank Trish Killian first and foremost. Lucy and Trish last week were like, Mark, you got to get on Roseanne's show. They were like, she'll love you, and the stuff you say is right down her alley. I've seen 1 or 2 clips of Roseanne. I love Roseanne as a comedian. I used to love her show as a kid, but I don't watch anybody as far as creators are concerned because I'm always creating and then editing my own creations for you guys. And so basically, what happens here is I got a message from Trish Killian. She says, Mark, I found it. I found Roseanne's information. Here's where she lives. Here's her phone number. You never know. Here's the call. So, or make the call. So today I wound up giving her a call. And as the phone's ringing and it picks up, it goes to a voicemail. And it's like, please leave a message after the beep. It's not a personal voice message. So it's either her voicemail or it's not. But I called this number and there's a voicemail. And so as it's about to pick up, I'm like, I'm just about to say my first words. And I think to myself, okay, I'm Roseanne Barr, and I hear some guy go, hey, my name's Mark Pires. I host a show that's been live every day since December 30th. She's going to hang up on it immediately. So I literally just think to myself, I go, Roseanne, it's Donald J. Trump, your president of Winning Big League. I'm here with Melania. Just wanted to give you a call. And I said, just kidding, Roseanne. I was like, my name's Mark Pires. I'm actually a celebrity impressionist, and I've been live many days in a row. And a bunch of subscribers on the show said that they'd love to see me and you connect, and I'd love to talk to you, so if there's ever a chance to, I'm live every day, so I don't know if she'll ever check out the show, but I gave it a shot. And that's why I'm starting to understand a lot of the world we live in. It's like, there are people that when we say that they are suppressed, it's not that they're suppressed. They've been canceled already. It's just a silent canceling. Like, they're not telling you you're canceled. They're not telling the world you're canceled. They just cancel you from the world. So the world can't find you. They can't find the magic that is you. You are therefore in like a personal, like, echo chamber forever. Like, that doesn't end, because I'm proving it doesn't end. In any sane world, you'd get kind of sidelined for saying something that they didn't like, and then they'd allow you to come back out when they see you don't do that, that it's over. You don't do that. You don't even do it at all anymore. You're just like, and I every day say things that are true, so I maybe put myself back in every day. I don't know. But the reality is, the thing that got me there in the first place, I don't really do the Trump show anymore. I play it occasionally, you know what I mean? Guys, I've been on for an hour and 42 minutes. Are you freaking kidding me? Gosh almighty. I think, Siobhan, that would be so much fun. In fact, I'm going to play you guys something here. I would love it. I think there will be lots of laughs. Yes, Wild Blue. Wild Blue, listen, I need you to do me a favor, because I can't play this on TikTok. So I'm going to stop TikTok in a second here so you guys can go over and watch this with us. I'm playing you an episode from Why I've Been Canceled, okay? I think it's important. I posted this I posted on X today, and I put this whole series up. It's 4 hours and 20 minutes, okay? And just a little backstory. 2019, and I changed the name, guys, of the movie just in case, so you know this. I'll let you know right now. But in 2019, I had this idea because I was watching all these people ripping on Joe Biden. They'd find a clip of Joe Biden saying something stupid like, if you don't like what you see, vote for the other Biden. And so I'd be like, who the frick's the other Biden? Like, what the hell is this guy talking about? Like, look, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. He'd say, like, the weirdest shit. I'm like, how is this guy in the race? He's not. He's in his basement sleeping. And I was like, okay, well, and then I've seen people rip on him. And I thought to myself, okay, who are the Hodge twins? Who is Ben Shapiro? At the time, I'm like learning who these people are when this is going on, because I was disconnected for 9 years. I was just focused on real estate. And I look in and I see all these people making fun of Biden. And I'm thinking, what's funnier than that? Like roasting Joe Biden as Donald Trump. Funniest thing in the world. So that's actually what I changed the name to him. Like, it's the Joe Biden roast. Trump roasts Joe Biden for 4 hours. It's the best freaking movie in history. And the thing is, I made up so many pieces of content in that year. Trump would call me directly. Bark, hi, I'm here with Melania. We're winning big league. Oh, Donald, hey, thanks so much for calling. Look, just wanted to let you know I really appreciate you showing up every day. Winning big league, winning big league. you know? Don't go near the gold toilet, you know? So we did that, and then I stopped doing it. Because I'm like, look, I don't want to be in a hole forever. I'd like to reach the world. For the one reason that I can explain that makes perfect sense. You don't do anything for free in this life. And I've been doing this for free for 5 years. So I'd like to get to the point where sponsors call me, advertisers or whatever, say, hey, can you read my product for me on the air? Can you do X, Y, or Z? But I need more people here watching me in order for anybody to want to have me advertise their products. And realistically, I love to read things live in the moment. You guys know that. So we should have 50 products that I have to read on a daily basis and make comedy out of each one. That would be so much fun, but they'd all put a few dollars in my pocket so I could do this for you guys without the stress of doing something for free when I have 3 kids and a wife. I do it every day. But I'm just saying, that's my motivation in 2024, is to get to the point where there's enough people in the chat that when people come here, they're like, oh, I'm not going to leave. There's enough people for me to stay. That's my miss. My miss is when anybody does come here that's new, they look in the chat and they only see a few people. And they're like, well, I'm going to go someplace where there's 1,000 people or 500 people so they could just communicate and see what other people are saying in the chat. I don't have enough people interacting with my show yet, but it's happening. It's going to happen and it's going to explode. And when it does, people are going to follow and they're all going to join. And this amazing group of people here are going to be our leaders, the ones who saw what was going on here for so long and supported it. And that's the ones that's what makes legends on shows that you enjoy. I don't know if you guys realize this, but when I was a kid, I'd listen to Opie and Anthony, or I'd liked Howard Stern for a period of time, Joe Rogan for a little bit of time before I stopped listening to everything. But I used to like these shows. And there were people who were ingrained in the experience, people I didn't know, but I knew because they were a part of the show. They had a history with the show. They were trusted by the show to be someone who could support and also could be there for a laugh from time to time and be recognized. And that, to me, is what these people are. The people that have been here for me from the beginning, they're the ones who are going to lead as that gets wild and people are like just jumping in to be a part of it. And it's like, I see it all the time. People are on. Some people are on. I'm like, what the fuck are we? Why are so many people in this room right now? But it's because people are in the room right now. They just want to be around people. And it's like the content isn't generating the viewership that the content is freaking worth. Like, this is high quality content every day of the year. And again, I'm just saying this out loud because the concept of putting something positive into a universe that's dying is that there's enough of that universe that can actually absorb that. So maybe that universe doesn't die. But if you're in an echo chamber and you're putting out life-changing content, 432 hertz music that can heal, and the people that need healing, people that need life-changing content are not absorbing or even knowing it exists 4,000 pieces of content later, it's the twilight zone. And this brings me to my other thought. We were talking about, or I heard Joe Rogan, actually, some little clip popped up. He was talking about how there's this theory that the aliens, the Greys, are basically, they have us here as slaves. And so they could harvest everything that we create, including our creations. And then when he said that, I started thinking about something pretty insane. I've always joked with you that, like, we're in this Truman Show where even though sometimes I'll look and I'll see like nobody on, like zero. I'm like, no, there's millions of people watching me right now. It's not showing that here, anywhere, but there are cameras I can't see. And then this is the Truman Show. I felt it like I was a kid. When I was a kid, I was like, there are people watching me. I don't know why. Not like in a weird, like, I'm out of my mind thing, but I was thinking already that, like, what if we lived in a world where, like, this is a movie and every single thing we do in our life is on camera and somebody's watching it. It's just not who you think. And then when I heard this concept that Joe Rogan said, I thought to myself, well, geez, I could see a world like this where we're experiencing things as we go through it, but it's not what we think at all. It's a movie, and the broadcast, the stream, is not here on planet Earth. It's somewhere else. And the better thought with that goes on top, because he missed. He goes, oh, and then, like, I don't even know his point wasn't very good where he went with it, but my thought would be that the reason they do this is because they can't. The reason they, if it was them, created us, or the reason they have us as slaves, creation slaves, to come up with fresh ideas, all these things, because they don't have the creativity within. And I think the other cool thing, which would make a great movie, is that they do it because life is really bland the way they live. Like, they were in the freaking stupid gray outfit and lined up, walking in a line, you know what I mean? And they're always looking for real music and for real comedy and for things that they can break away from their world too, and from their automatron life, you know what I mean? Where it's just like everything is scheduled, and you got to go to lunch, then you go to work, and then you come home. And these people are aliens. So they're looking for something that's Earth-like, something that's entertainment that they can never, ever do themselves, because that's almost the art to them. Like for us, we see pictures, and we're like, that's art. To them, it's something that someone else created because they can't create it. Like, that'd be a pretty cool movie. You know what I mean? Where you see this person who, or this alien who basically is viewing what these creations are so they could take them into their world. Kind of mind-blowing. But you never know. A little crazy. I'm going to play you guys something, though, real quick, even though I probably shouldn't. It's getting late. Let's see what time it is right now. Oh, an hour and 50. I can't. This is way too long. This show's way too long. Man, I'm out of my mind. You know, I start these shows, and I'm like, I'm just going to do an hour. And then every day it's been an hour and a half, hour and 45. And we did an hour and 15 this morning, I think. Ugh. This is also, and again, this is just my theory. When you do long shows and YouTube already wants you to be under an hour, like, and you're in the process of trying to build where people need to watch you. This is what actually Adam Marfugel's a friend of mine, friend of our shows. And Adam said that you want to try to make a bunch of 2-minute pieces of content and get the people who like your content to watch the entire 2 minutes, leave a comment, like it, and share it. This is what Adam literally said to me by text, because I was frustrated one day and we were talking. And he goes, look, I do a lot of market research on my channel, and what I would say is this is what you need to do. You need to cut your content down and get people to watch the whole thing, because the way YouTube works is if I do a 2-hour show right now and Pamela comes in and watches for 4 minutes, that's a negative on my show. If I do a 2-hour show, YouTube wants someone to be there for more than an hour in order for it to be a benefit to the YouTube algorithm. So my show being long every day for 5 years is a disservice to the algorithm, because people, for the most part, are not starting and then ending the show with me for 2 hours. They're staying for whatever time they can, maybe a minute, maybe 5, maybe 20 minutes or an hour, who knows. But they can't stay for the whole thing, and therefore it winds up going in as a negative on the show, is what Adam told me. I didn't think about that, didn't even know that. So that's why, I don't know if you guys have realized this, I've been dropping lots of different shorts every day, doing the news stories that are 2 to 5 minutes long. Yeah, the Hilaria Baldwin one was was 21 minutes long, but you know what? Sometimes gold's got to freaking be long. You know what I mean? You got to appreciate that gold. I broke that down into all these different shorts as well, but that Hilaria Baldwin clip is probably one of the funniest things I've done, I think. I don't know. It's weird. It's all subjective. Art is subjective. I will say, fam and friends, that I'm going to get some rest. It's 12:30. I will be back at 9:30 a.m. That's 9 hours from now. Who's up for joining me for a morning show? Get some inspiration, some positivity, and potentially a song. And then back again tomorrow night. Gosh almighty. It's the never-ending show. Is it too much? It's probably yes, probably way too much. You know, like, okay, get it. We get it. The other thing I would say, guys, because this is really frustrating for me, every single streamer that I know that I'm friends with, they post community posts. They get likes, they get comments, tons of likes and comments. Like, so you could see a post 20 minutes ago and there are 9 likes and there are a few comments. I got 13,600 subscribers. Every single community post I could put up is 0 likes, 0 comments. It's the freaking most pathetic thing in the world. I don't get it. Do they not share any of those with you guys? Because no one interacts. And it's like, I don't know, guys. It's weird. I know I'm canceled. I get it. That's what it is. Just kind of sucks. I put out these community posts every day to tell you guys when a new piece of content's out, when I'm live, and then no one sees. I don't think either they see them and they just don't care and they scroll, but there's no likes, no comments, no interaction. And I'm like, why do I even put out community posts? No one sees any of them, like at all. And am I wrong? Do you? I don't think you do. But you seem to see everybody else's because everybody else has likes, everybody else has comments, and it's very, very weird. I called even YouTube about it like 6 months ago. I'm like, why doesn't anybody interact? They're like, well, people just don't like your shit. I'm like, well, okay. Is that the case? Or is it maybe you just don't share it with anybody? Ding, 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 ding. You could say anybody sucks if you don't ever share it with anybody and they have one person see it. That person must suck. Well, no, you play Mr. Beast for everybody. You know? I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying you play Mr. Beast for everybody. But I've been here in the host of the longest running show on your shitty platform, and all you do is hide me. Go fuck yourself, YouTube. And now I get a yellow. But you know what? When you a dick, you get the elbow in the fotch. You can't leave a comment until the show is over and it goes from live chat to comments. Then you can do it. Thank you, Trish, for letting me know about that. Oh, you rock, S-Coop. I know, I'm just joking. Look, I got to be honest. At the end of the day, you have to believe in your own content. You know what I mean? Like, I'm never... It's weird, but when someone does say, like, oh, like, don't ever post again, or, like, unsubscribe, I'm like, you really have a hair in your ass. That's your issue. Because I know what I put out is pretty solid. And, like, if you can't laugh at it, then you're clearly Hilaria Baldwin's brother, or, like, lover or something, you know, Spanish lover. Maybe he's really Spanish, you know. But I have faith in what I do. I have faith in my content, and not everything's a home run. But I do think that there's a lot of home runs there. And that thing tomorrow I'm about to play you, which is the how I acquired my 1775 Bible. It's a little bit of everything. You got all the emotions in there and the comedy at the end. That's where that Edith Bunker thing came out that I did the other day, which was totally nuts. So I hope you guys will see that tomorrow. So much stuff to edit. So little time. We all get the same 24 hours. Don't forget that, fam and friends. So let me say goodnight to you. If you are here, say goodnight now or forever hold your peace. And perhaps tomorrow I will play you one of the Trump shows. But let me give you the link just in case you want to watch this for yourself. This is probably one of the best things ever that I've ever done. It's called the Donald Trump Show movie, but I changed the name of it. Let's see what I called it. Where are you, dude? Here it is. I called it Donald Trump Roasts Joe Biden for 4 hours. Trump-tastic comedy movie. I'm giving you the link if you guys want it for the next 4 hours or for the next 5 days for 4 hours. Watch this. Hey, Kim, how are you? Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate it. I hope to see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I try to get on right at 9 a.m. Maybe a few minutes later, depending on if I get the thumbnail done tonight. But I will absolutely be live tomorrow morning and then again tomorrow night. So I just gave you guys the link on YouTube. It's called Donald Trump Roasts Joe Biden for 4 hours. Trump-tastic comedy movie. Woo! I think it's a better name. You know, it's a much better name. Because, you know, it just tells you what it is. It's Trump ripping the freaking hell out of the sleep sofa and seeing what's under the cushions for 4 hours and 20 minutes. Maybe around 4:30. I'm just saying that because you should be rolling something up to watch that movie. Right, S-Coop? You know, right, Pamela? You get that binger out and you're just and you're laughing your face off because Donald J. Trump is winning big league. Melania, don't go near the gold toilet. You know? I'm just telling you. When you're in the process and you call Cheech and Chong and you're like, why don't you come on by, you know, for a chat and bring that lid. Yeah, man, I'm going to bring the lid down and go down and have a good time, man. What are you talking about? Yeah, man, get the lid. Gonna get the lid. Gonna have a good time. I'm going to the party with heaven. We got to go and have a good time, man. Right? Get that blinking lid. I haven't seen the Cheech and Chong movies in a long time, but it's sort of what they sound like. Guys, we got 1 minute to get out of here before I get in trouble. Helen Gale Townsend. Let me get over here. Thank you, guys. There's the link. Hopefully you can watch that and get a kick out of it. I hope you get a kick out of it. Let me say goodnight to you real quick before we lose our steam here. Varela, Helen Gale Townsend, Kim Bourgeois. I got Leisure Number 7, Pamela Swan, Renee Woods, S. Coop, Siobhan, and Trish Killian. I love you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Until then, this is the Mark Inspire Show, day 1,835 in a row. A patois. That's French or Spanish. I don't really know. I'll see you guys at 9 a.m. Have a great night.